Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Albert Einstein. Is D&D the secret weapon of tomorrow's leaders? For decades, Dungeons & Dragons has been the realm of mythical creatures and daring quests, but could this beloved pastime be the unlikely crucible forging the leaders of tomorrow? Let's delve into the dungeons of leadership and uncover whether the world of fantasy can equip you with real-world skills to conquer challenges and inspire greatness. What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul. I'll be your DM for a while, and today I want to walk through this article from Forbes magazine and talk about why I not only agree with Forbes, but I'll share a few leadership skills students can gain from not only playing D&D, but running D&D. So let's go ahead and take a look at the article. Okay, so this article is from Forbes magazine, which is a magazine focused on executives, leaders, and entrepreneurs. And this particular article is playing Dungeons & Dragons is great for social development. Now, there's a lot of little pieces in here that I may do some more videos on, but for today, we're going to focus on one particular paragraph, which is why I think this is in the Forbes magazine, and that is about executive functions. But if you want to read the whole article, I'll put a link down below. So let me go ahead and scroll down here to the paragraph in question, and it says D&D could foster executive function development. The author says, while I do not have a study to back this up, based on my own observation of kids playing Dungeons & Dragons, the game requires a number of executive function skills with complex rules and character features. Players must use their working memory, plan ahead strategically, all the while concentrating on what's happening. Meanwhile, with the rules in the story provide structure that can support neurodiverse players in both their use of executive function and social skills. Now, as somebody who's been in leadership pretty much my whole life through various nonprofits, I can tell you from a personal level, playing Dungeons & Dragons and especially running Dungeons & Dragons has increased various leadership skills that I think poured over into my real-time job and managing people. So let me go ahead and share with you some leadership functions that I think role-playing games can develop in young people and adults. So some of these executive leadership skills I think that can be developed in just about everybody who plays role-playing games: planning and organization, setting goals, creating steps, managing resources. This is certainly something that players have to do, because I often tell them, check your pack. What do you have with you? Time management, allocating time effectively and prioritizing tasks. Super important if you're a dungeon master. If you only have 3 hours or 3.5 hours you're going to play D&D or any type of role-playing game, well, then you have to manage that time effectively. Task initiation, starting tasks and projects. I mean, filling out a character sheet can be a project, right? Self-monitoring, checking one's own work and behavior. Self-regulation, managing emotions and behavior, super important at the gaming table. Problem solving, finding solutions to challenges. Decision-making, choosing between options. I like to focus on this with students because when they make a decision in-game that has negative consequences, they start to think through, well, how do I avoid these negative consequences? And obviously, this is a skill that will serve you well in real life, being able to choose correctly so that negative consequences aren't always happening to you. Metacognition, thinking about one's own thinking process. Attention, focusing on relevant information and ignoring distractions. How important is that, especially if you're on some sort of shopping trip and you need to get back to the mission? Flexibility, adapting to changes and new information. Perseverance, continuing to work towards a goal despite challenges. Well, D&D and other role-playing games are certainly filled with all kinds of challenges. Initiative, taking action without being prompted. I tend to reward this. If there's a stalemate and a character says, I go and do this, I go, fantastic. They have just basically broken up this log jam and decided to push the story forward. So as you can see, there are a lot of benefits to playing role-playing games, and there's a lot of skills you can develop while you're playing them. But I'd like to hear from you. What are some leadership or executive qualities you've learned from playing role-playing games? Leave me some comments down below. And if you haven't seen my video yet on the mental health benefits of D&D, well, I'm going to put that video here as well. But that's it for today, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.